Hi there, and welcome to my channel. I am Faith Kasher, and today I'm going to be talking about our monthly segment. I'm going to call it the Travel Bug Review, and it's just going to be about all the travel bugs that I help along on their travels each month. Because this is the first one, I'm going to do all the bugs that I've ever moved, which is not very many. There is, I think, 7. So there's a few of them that I don't have anymore. So I have pictures for some of them, and I'll show you the pictures if I have them. And then some of them I don't, because they don't have any pictures on their cache page. And then some of them I still have in my hands. So I'll get to show you those. And so the first, I think 3 or 4 are ones that I don't have anymore. So the very first one is, you saw the picture of the red car. His name was Marine Racer. And that was my very first travel bug, and I thought it was just so cool to finally find a travel bug. And he was released in Pennsylvania in 2005, in March 2005, and that was in Pennsylvania, and I live in Idaho, so it had gotten moved quite a bit. So as of right now, his last log was October 13th, 2012, so he seems to be still going along on his travels, which is awesome. When I had him, it was in May 2010, and I held him for like 8 or 9 months. It just happened that I didn't get to go out caching again anymore, and I felt really bad. But that one and the next one that I'm going to talk about actually like held for a long time. But anyways, it was like this little red race car. It had like a number or something on it, and the goal was to go from one Marine Corps base to another, picking up souvenirs like keychains. And it said it wanted to visit Busch Series races to see his big brother and cousins, and it wanted pictures with new military friends of all branches and services. I actually put something on it because I was like one of the first people, I think, to get it. I can't remember, but there's no other like extra things on it, so we added this thing. I don't know if people have seen them before, but it was a long like flag, and it said "Move before flight." And they're like, I mean, it was the real one because my husband found them, and he's in the military, he's in Air Force, but he found them in the garbage, and they're like, if you ask for one, they're like, no, you can't have one. And he found like a whole roll of them. So we gave one to my mom, and she really wanted one. But anyways, we put one on there. But since then, I've seen pictures that people have taken, and it's not on there. So I'm not really sure what happened to it. Somebody may have taken it. You saw the picture was the little engine that cached. A Thomas train, not Thomas, I don't know what his name is. I found that one right about the same time as the last one, maybe even the same day, I don't remember. And I wasn't really planning on taking it or like taking more than one at a time at that time, but it was a train. And my son, who is then like 2.5 or something, I don't know, he loves trains. So I went ahead and I picked it up. And again, I held it for like 9 months or something. It was released in March 2009 in New Jersey, and again, I found it in Idaho. And looking at the logs as of today, the last log was August 6th, 2011, and it was placed into a cache that had been archived. So I have a feeling that one's gone, and that's sad. Again, I had it from May 2010 to February 2011, and I had those bugs for so long, and I felt really bad. So I finally just, there's a Cache Alpha Road that I pass by like all the time that is a travel bug hotel, so I finally just went and dumped them in there, even though they didn't move all that far or anything, but that way they at least got back into circulation. That one was, his goal was to travel over the United States and have pictures taken with railroad-related objects, like any railroad museums or steam engines that still run, old train depots, and that sort of thing. And I had planned on taking it to an old train station back home in Illinois when we went on vacation. But, yeah, I took it, but we never went. So I didn't get to do that for it. One, you saw the picture. I think it's like the Ice Queen lady from the Chronicles of Narnia. That's what I thought. I'm not really sure. But her name was the Cache Maker, and it originated in Italy, September 2006, which I thought was really awesome. And looking at the logs, right now, the last log was October 18th, 2012, and sitting in a cache in Oregon. So that's really cool. I picked it up in Oregon and then dropped it again in Idaho when we came back. So it made its way back to Oregon. And its name, the Cache Maker, is because it says, this travel bug invites you and helps you to create a new cache or event, and then you can drop it in the new cache or drop it in an old one too. So I just dropped it into another one because that was the one that kind of inspired us to get our own bug out to circulation. So we actually released our first and only bug so far on that same trip that we found that one. Okay, so the next one, I don't have a picture of that one. It's called Firefighting in the USA, and it was just a Hot Wheels or something fire truck. It was actually really kind of cool. It was red and white, and it had a USA flag tag on it. And it originated, or was released into a cache in Texas, October 2011, and I found it June 2012 and a cache here in Idaho, and placed it into a cache in Utah when we were down on vacation there. And I looked at the logs, and that's the last log it has had. That was in August of this year. And so it says it's still there in that cache, but I think I looked at the cache page and I saw where someone had found it, and I think they said they picked up a travel bug, but I'm not really sure, but they must not have logged it. So hopefully they will do that and not lose it. Anyways, its goal is to visit as many fire stations as possible and to have pictures, and wants to visit Ground Zero and the fire department in New York, Station 10. I know I picked it up in Idaho, and we went on vacation to Oregon, and I had it with me that whole vacation, and I actually went, wherever we were, there was a cache nearby that was at a fire station. So I actually went and like tried to find it. It would have been big enough, I thought, for the trackable, and I couldn't find the cache. So even my husband looked a little bit, so I ended up just bringing it back home, and then I dropped it in Utah. The next one, again, I don't have a picture of it. I thought I did, but I guess I don't. But anyways, the name of it was Bella, and it was one of the farm tags, and it was just a little goat, and it didn't have anything attached to it. But the goat's name was Bella, and it's cute. It has a really cute story. It originated in Germany, released August 2011. And it says, the story says, I am Bella and I was born in Germany. I lived on a small farm where it was pretty boring, so I thought I'd go out into the wide world and travel throughout America. I made a bet with a huge bull that lives on our farm. He says I would not be able to travel through all of the states of America. Now I'm asking for your help to win the bet. Bring me to all of the U.S. states and show me your favorite places. It would be great if you took a picture of us there and upload it. And when I've completed my journey, I would love to go back to Germany, win the bet, and see how angry the bull would get. So please bring me back to Germany. And it says to one of two towns that I can't pronounce. And thank you, says your Bella. And so I picked it up. I think I picked it up here in Idaho, actually. I picked it up in Oregon. And I released it back out into my cache that I just published not too long ago. And as far as I know, it's still there. There's been no more logs on that trackable since then. And I put it into my cache last month. So I'm hoping somebody moves it along. My cache has been found like 4 times at least so far. So I'm hoping it gets moved soon. My friend Stacy, she was the first to find on it, and she was looking for it, but she wasn't expecting it to just be the tag without something connected to it, and I stuck it to the side of the wall because for some reason the ammo can was sticky. So she didn't find it. So I'm hoping other people figure it out. I may have to go check on it here pretty soon. So now we're getting into the ones that I still have on hand. And the next one is the old school USA Geocoin. And it was released in Washington in January 2012. And I picked it up in a cache in Oregon in September. And I still have it, and it's right here. I'm going to make sure I don't show you the code. Yeah. Okay, so here it is, and it's a 2006 USA Geocoin. And let's see. So I found it in September, and its goal is to simply travel from cache to cache or from cacher to cacher. So I'm hoping to release the ones that I have now in my hand into another new cache of mine here pretty soon. So I just got to find a place to hide it. I really like this one is Signal the Frog, and it has a nice little story to go with it too. It says, this trackable is in memory of my dad who loved frogs and who would have loved geocaching if only it was around when he was. And its goal is to visit each of the United States, of the 50 United States. So it originated in Washington in February 2011. I found it in, let's see, a cache in Oregon, and it wasn't listed in the cache, so it was a surprise to find it. And at first I was just like, oh, it's a frog. I'm not a big fan of frogs, but once I found out I was like in memory of his dad, that's pretty cool. Last one, again, is just a tag. Like the frog was just a tag, and this one's just a tag too, just like Bella. This is the German state flag tag, and it came from Kentucky. It was released May 2012. I found it October 2012, so it wasn't out that long. And I found it in September, so it had only been out for 4 months. And it was in a cache in Oregon, and I believe it also wasn't listed on there. I can't remember now. And I also forgot to write down the goal for it, but it's something to do with it has no real aim of where to go, and has doesn't really care how fast it gets there or something like that. So that was kind of different. I haven't seen one like that before.